Okay, today I wanted to come to you with a little store-bought cake. No, actually I am going to do the store-bought cake, but what I want to do is a little bitty video tutorial on how to decorate a little cake that's good for anything from a baby shower to a little luncheon at work, or to have it for Halloween. It's kind of an all-around decorating skill that you can have and use for just about anything from Halloween to Christmas. It's according to the color of your frosting and stuff, and you don't need any special equipment. I mean, I would like to have I think it's called an offset spatula, but I'm not sure because I ain't worked in the decorating industry in salon. I'm not sure about that, but I'm hoping that we can pull this off with 2 spoons and a couple of butter knives, and you'll see how easy it is, how you do not have to have anything special, but you can still take a beautifully presented little cake to whatever occasion that you may be attending. So, here's what you're going to need for your cake. Read the donkey. It's just oil, eggs, cake mix, water, and I'll spray my pans with this. It probably calls for flour and all that. I'm not gonna. I always just use this. I got 2 9-inch cake pans, big old bowl to mix it in. Here's my measuring cup, and then this stuff while I'm baking the cake, and I'm gonna put it in the oven on 350 just to, you know, it's toothpick. I know it's ready, and I always, because for you to be able to use this stuff, it needs to be real flexible. You put it in the microwave for a few seconds, but instead of doing that, I say don't touch my stove while I'm working, and it's perfection. Then it's ready to do its thing. So I'm going to get this cake together and get it in the oven, and then we'll come back after it's cooled, because it has to be dead cool before you can use it. And I'll show you how to get your cake where you want it prepared for decorating, and then we'll decorate it. We hope. Thanks, guys. I'm going to go ahead, even though it's a store-bought cake and it tells you everything, I wouldn't want to lead someone to believe that their cake uses 1 1/4 cups of water and a 1/2 cup of oil and 3 eggs, when it may call for 2 eggs or whatever. It might be on a different altitude or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead. My scissors are in the dishwater, and I wasn't willing to fool with them, so we shall do this way. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix this little fella up. Whoa, come back here. And show you what we're doing here. Calls for 3 eggs. Well, that one was a tough little fella. Okay, so. But like I said, the focus isn't on the cake, but we still want the cake to be good. I mean, we're going to put the effort in it, right? And let me get this egg out my hands right fast. And calls for 1 1/4 cups of water. Or it might be 1 1/2. I think it's 1 1/4 though. Let's make sure. Nope, 1 1/4. All right. All right, that looks good to me. I'm not sure what I wound up with right there. It was close. And let's see, need a 1/2 cup of oil. Oh yeah. Dagnabbit. This is a regular occurrence in my kitchen, I just tell you. Shh. The more I try to watch what I'm doing, the less I am capable of doing anything. And there is a hack. Okay, I'm stirring this little fella up. And I'm not gonna, it says 2 minutes. I'm gonna stir it up to suit me. It'll still be good, even if it's got a lump in it somewhere. And I actually, you bake it, them lumps fall out. I don't do all that. And I do have my oven preheating, and that's all the beating I'm doing to it. And then I don't never do the flour and all that. And I do like the iron, but I need my little pans to be the same size. I want my little cake the same size. And I've only got every one of mine are different sizes. I can bake one way, I can bake one. Now I ain't doing all that either. So we're gonna go with the cake pans. Let's see if that's where we kind of want to be right there. Get that out of my way. I want them even. You know, they don't have to be dead even, but somewhat. I like for them to be somewhat. That should. It's sad that this had put it in the mix because I don't see it. It wasn't in the dadburn box. Must be in the cake. Alright, and I will drop these in a preheated 350-degree oven. And then when they are, and look, we finally cleaned the oven. No, nobody hadn't said a word. You all are the most polite people ever was. Because I do know that it was a disgrace. But now I cook a lot, and y'all done seen I drop a lot, spill a lot. I am just Mrs. Too Much. Thanks, guys. We'll be back when it's time to get them out. Okay, guys and dolls, we're back, and we are going to grab our little cakes out. They're done. And I'm going to put them here to cool. Well, no, I probably won't leave them on the stove to cool. That's probably not a good idea. I'll put them over here to cool. And I don't have a cooling rag. Well, I do, but I'm not going to worry about it because they cool just fine in these little pans. And then when it's ready to do a few things to them, we'll come back again. I need to let them cool completely, though, before I can do anything with them. All right, thanks, guys. Okay, our cakes are cool. They are completely cool. And we're going to pray they don't stick. Nope, no sticking in there. And what we are going to do is prep. Whew, I saw that. Didn't see that coming. So, there's always something with me. Always something with me. Alright. I need a knife with a serrated edge. That ain't it. And what you want to do is you want to level up your cake. This is just stuff you need put off and eat, just a snack or whatever, or how you want to handle it. This is just to get your cake level and pretty. Now, where this is in the center, you'd think it didn't matter, and I guess it don't crazy matter. But now, if you're really wanting to make an impression with your little cake, so then yeah, it matters. So now, let's get our little cake flipped over. And he is ready to work out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a real thin, what they call a crumb coat. It's called a crumb coat. And I did go ahead and put this in the microwave so I could get it real, you know, real runny. Because we're not frosting yet. We're just putting a crumb coat. And I dusted it off a little bit. And you just want to get that on there. It don't matter if some cake is showing through it. None of that matters. Because I'm going to put it on there. And this will help you top cake stick to your bottom cake. You don't need a crumb coat on this part. But you need a crumb coat around the bottom. Because if you're going to ice your cake and make it beautiful. If it's Halloween, you'd want it beautiful. And since it's not, you want it beautiful. I'm just doing the same thing all the way around. Real thin coat. And that just controls the crumbs. So when you do start icing it, get that out of my way. This just to make your cake manageable. Let's do a little bit more smoothing out there a little bit. All right. So we need to I never thought of needing another piece of well, I'm gonna have time getting that up. Let's do this. This will do. Let's do that right there. And this one needs leveled out too. And then, gonna do the same thing with this when we're done with that, and we're gonna flip her over and get her on there. And you don't have to be perfect because it is getting icing. But again, we're doing our crumb coat situation, so. And yeah, it looks like a mess, but now it won't be when it's done. It will. Well, I mean, in a perfect world, we are watching me work, aren't we? So let's get some on top here. Start working it around. And it'd probably be ideal to have two things of cake mix. I mean, not cake mix, but icing. But I don't have two, so I probably need two. It'd make your cake really beautiful if I did. And I'm being stingy with this because it doesn't need to be thick. It's gonna control when you go to put on your icing that is for looks, to keep crumbs out of it. So, we got this part basically done with a little dab more right here. And a little dab more right here. And now this is ready to go in the freezer for not a long time, just long enough to kind of let that chill real good, and then it's real easy to ice after you do that, because your next icing is where the looks matter. All right, thanks guys, we'll be back. Okay guys, it's cool enough, and I'm going to try to get it up here and not kill it every which way in the world that you can kill a cake. So let's see. Oh, scared myself. I broke it. All right, I think I can slide it out there. What I think I can do, what I can actually do. Oh yeah, it's stuck like glue, buddy. Let me turn my cake up. Well, get it going here. Get it out there. There's that extra icing. All right, let's get it in the, that looks like the middle to me. It's not perfect, but it don't have to be perfect. Well, not for today. I mean, I'd be working a whole lot harder towards perfection if I was going to be taking it somewhere. And I always clean on the plate a little bit after I'm done, and I'll show you what I do. All right, let's get rid of this. And we are going to start working on this cake. And I went ahead and got another icing because I just didn't like the thoughts of it not turning out the way that I want you to see that it's capable of turning out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this icing on first, because I don't like it as good as I do that other one. Got a real pretty color though, a real creamy pretty color. Don't be stingy either. And all right, got that out there. And right now you're not worried about trying to make it be the pretty cake yet that I was talking about. You're just trying to get you icing on there, because we're going to work on that icing big time. Or we're going to try to. I've not done this in a while myself, so Don't be stingy. This is what creates your design, is your heavy icing. So let's try to get that. And without a cake knife and all that, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but we're not seeking perfection necessarily. We're seeking something really pretty and a real nice presentation. And you can have that without perfection, because I used to work for a bakery, and perfection is almost impossible to achieve. It might be that person's perfection. And that's all we can do is try to reach our own perfection. Let's do it. I think I'm not a professor, but a philosopher. All right, so. And if you can get this top right, I'm telling you right now, they won't notice them sides. And the sides just have to be pretty. And it is. It's coming out pretty. I like a little definition and some design. Not just smooth, you know, as silk. You want some interest in your cake, or at least, you know, that's my opinion. Everybody got their own opinions. All right, so. They look pretty good to you guys? Oh, there's a little spot. Needs a little bit of crumbs. Could be covered up a little bit. All right. I think it looks pretty doggone good. We will clean the plate now. So let's work on this top. That's where it's all at. And I'm just getting a lot of the icing all the way out to the edges, because you want the icing to be thick. It's pretty as far as it goes, like this, but we want to do a little bit better than this. So, we might have enough icing on there. Now, what you're going to want to do is you want to take your spoon, and if the spoon don't work, we're going to try the knives, and you do your zigzag back and forth, like it right there. And you want real definition, so kind of dig in there. That's why I said you want your icing thick. Now I'm going to attempt this with this knife. I feel like I need two to get the thickness that I'm needing, but I don't know. Oh, it ain't going to work. Well, it might still work. Let's see. We'll soon find out. The beauty of this is if you mess it up, you just smooth it out and do this again. So what you want to do, I always start over here on the edge, and you start pulling your knife through it. I didn't pull deep enough right there. And you want your tips to come together down there. And it's working out pretty beautifully. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's not even finished yet, but it's really pretty. And it makes a beautiful little cake to present to a friend on a birthday. For myself, I'm old enough, I know doggone good well I don't even want to look at a candle. So, if somebody brought this to me on my birthday, I'd be like, oh my goodness, that's so good of you. Now let's get that edge. And one more on that edge. And then one more or two on this edge. Now, I'll turn it around so you can see the sides. And now we're gonna pretty it up a little bit again. This is when you do your finish work. And don't dig in there. You just want to work really lightly. Around through there. And now let's take. Am I out of paper towels? No. I've got dish towel. I mean, not a dish towel, but this will work right here. And then take your knife, and this is when we're gonna clean on this cake pan, this cake plate. Okay, and I am still cleaning on the plate very, very lightly. And it's starting to firm up now to where after it gets firm now, you can't make any changes to it. But you can before that icing sets up. And I think that's fine. And I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope you think it's pretty. And now you can add like the little edible pearls, pink for a baby girl or a baby blue for a baby boy, or just white pearls for a little baby shower, a wedding shower, or a little wedding cake for 2 people. But like I said, for a luncheon at work. I mean, I think makes a really pretty little fancy cake that you can do with a spoon and 2 knives at home, and it's really pretty. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you a lot, and until next time. Hey guys, I am doing a little bit extra for the video that I've already made on the cake decorating. I wanted to show you what happens when you don't level those, and see I didn't. When you don't level them up, you got that big space. And I'm not going to worry about it because it's just for supper here. And what I want to focus on right now is showing you another thing that you can do with that same design that I showed you, and it's really cool. And you can I'm not worried about this turning out just so on the sides or anything like that. I just want to show you what you can do. You can do designs and make it look like do it, say, chocolate icing with and then put a spider web on top, and I'll show you how you do it right now. Let me get enough icing up here. The main thing to this cake is having enough icing to and I'm not using the 2 knives and all that. I found this in the drawer. It's got a little serrated edge. I think it's for butter. And I'm going to show you what I was talking about. Right, I'll show you what I was talking about with the design. You can do, like, if you're a Bengals fan, you can do something with that. Or oh yeah, I was about to mess up. Ooh, only get 1 shot at this. And then you do your offset wipe the extra off. I had run this through the microwave to make it a little bit more pliable, and I hope it wasn't too much. I don't think it was. And then I'm just using chocolate to show you.
Yeah.
But you can use, like if you're a Packers fan, you could do the cake in white and do the green and yellow. Do several colors. Is that not pretty? It's a little bit melty because I had melted the icing extra so that I could get on with this. But you see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and finish it. And honestly, even without the sides with icing on them, this is actually really pretty. Might even be something that anybody could consider doing if they didn't want to fool with icing on the sides. Just have to figure out a way to clean it up. But you see what I'm talking about. Like if you done a chocolate icing on a cake and then you want to put the white on there and do the spider web like for Halloween or whatever, and if you see, you could still do the sides, especially if you stuck it in the freezer for a few seconds and let it, well, a few minutes, and let the top firm up to where, well, let's do one run through that. And we're starting to set up. That was a little bit iffy right there, but it didn't hurt it. And you see how pretty the design is. Now, I wasn't trying to get it perfect. I just wanted you to see that it can be done. And like I said, if it'd been chocolate and then do the white and then pull through, then you've got a perfect spider web on a chocolate cake, and then you put the a big old plastic spider on top. I mean, how cute would that be? All right, thank you guys. I appreciate you everyone and for bearing with me. And this is for supper. Sweet tooth kicked in. Thank you all.